it's all about. Not that that's what his likeness is, but this is a really good Bible for anyone that's interested. Let's do a random. Vote against yourself. Notice in Isaiah chapters 14 through 12 that self-will destroyed Lucifer. In exalting himself, he said, I will, 5 times. God had an answer for him. You shall be brought down to Sheol, Hades, to the innermost recesses of the pit, the region of the dead. Read Isaiah chapter 14, verse 15. So in other words, you will be cast down to hell. We need to guard against self-will by following Jesus' example. Sooner or later, God will ask us to do something contrary to our will, and we will need to remember what Jesus said. My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass away from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, which means not what I desire, but you will and desire. And you can follow that up with verse from Matthew chapter 26, verse 39, which is quoted here. And it goes on to say, not getting our own way is one of the most painful things we will ever go through in life. When we want something, and she's talking about the flesh here, living in the flesh, we really want it, and we do not give up easily. Let me add something. God says he will give you the desires of your heart. This is true. This is true. Maybe not in the way you think in the beginning, or he gives you something better. Well, let's continue. We do not like to vote against our own desires. It takes a lot of work and a lot of humility and brokenness to bring us to the place where we are pliable and moldable in the hands of God, to the point where we can say, well, God, I'd rather not do this, but I'm willing to do whatever you want. Wow. And how do you know when it's time to do something like that? How do you know? How do you get discernment of that? Do you search out an elder, a mentor, or do you go directly to the Holy Spirit? You pray. I pray directly to the Spirit. You should pray in the Spirit daily. You should have a direct conduit. It's the only way for me. Because you can only trust other human beings to a certain degree. We're affable. I'm not saying we're affable, we're fallible. And affable often. Okay? But there's a duality, and that's a whole different subject. And we've got 2 more paragraphs here. The lesson here is that we must be willing to do whatever God says, and not what we think, feel, or want. Ho ho. We must deny ourselves if we are going to follow him. We need to say, your will be God. Your will, God, be done in my life. And really mean it. And you know what? That's a good place when you get there, because God will do things for you that you never imagined if you just follow the precepts in the Holy Bible. Other doctrines, I'm not knocking other religions. Hey, if it works for you, it was written down for centuries by elders. It was transmuted from the Spirit. The prophets, yes, men manipulated it in some ways. But still, the Holy Word is the Holy Word. And our last paragraph. We are afraid that we will never get the things that we want if we deny ourselves. Now, that's a dumb thing that we do. Because you know what? God has given us everything that we have. He gives us even the breath of life, the chance to be incarnated in the body on this planet. It's all him. Some of you just won't see that till you get to the other side and back again, or if that happens. Anyway, God will give us what we desire, and even better in due time. Do not be afraid to delay gratification. Oh yes, this generation really stinks at that. But you know what? If they knew what the reward was going to be for delaying gratification, oh, they wouldn't do it. And trust God to give you what you really need. And my beloveds, He will give you what you really need. And there's this song by the Rolling Stones that makes me think of. You can't always get what you want, but you find sometimes you get what you need. Anyways, have a blessed day, and God bless you. Say bye-bye with Joe Bear. Bye for now.